What's your problem? I said, what's your problem?
How are you today, sir? Okay.
Things are not always what they seem. Are you paying attention? And a very warm welcome if you've just joined me on my channel, NiGe on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. I would like to thank everybody for taking the time to do the quiz. Really appreciate it, or leaving comments. Judging by the answers, mixed and varied. One thing we can definitely agree with is there's 8 pictures there and they're extremely bright. All intents and purposes, they just look like each other. The only difference is the backgrounds. Let's have a look at picture number 1. Were you right or were you wrong? Picture number 1, sun or moon. Let's have a look. You can see how white it is on the inside, red round the outside. Zoom it out and we get our conclusion. If you said sun, you're a winner. But there's nothing right with this picture at all. Look at the chemtrails and yeah, that looks right because... Number 2, sun or moon. Let's zoom it out and have a look. This is exactly where I stop because I'm not going to give you the answers for the next 7 pictures. Not just yet. A little bit further on through the video and we'll have a look. I need to show you this petal effect, and we seem to be getting this quite a lot. Around the sun, around the moon. We started getting this effect about 2 years ago, and many people caught it around the sun, and now many people are catching it around the moon. This actually gives you a chance to change your mind at what we're looking at. Sun or moon? Number 3, sun or moon? And we can see this red effect going on around the outside, plain as day. Number 4, sun or moon? And we've got this red petal effect yet again. Number 5, sun or moon? And you can clearly see the red petal effect around the outside. Every single picture, sun or moon? And yes, again, you can see the red petal effect around the outside. Number 7, sun or moon? Yet again, the red petal effect. Number 8, sun or moon? And yet again, the same effect in every single photo. Have you changed your mind to what you were looking at? Have you changed your guess? Right, let's have a look at the answers. Picture number 2. If you said sodium light, that's correct, electrical light, you got the correct answer. Take notice of this red lens flare, this purple lens flare, and the petal effect around the outside. It just looks like our sun. Number 3, if you said the moon, you were right, red petal effect. Number 4, if you said the sun, you were correct. We've got the red petal effect, we've got this red lens flare here, and we've got this purple lens flare here. And this blue objects are caught under the sun. I'm not really too sure what it is, part of the sun simulator or whatever. Yep. Number 5. If you said to me, LED light, you got the correct answer. We got this red lens flare. You can see it looks like our sun or our moon. You got the flaring around the outside, and it's actually stamped number 3 in the petal effect. And it looks like there's something else just there. Number 6. Did you say the moon? If you did, you got it right. Number 7. Did you say the moon? Then you got it right. But yet again, it all looks exactly the same as the last one. And number 8. If you answered sun to number 8, you were correct. I need to ask you a question. At what point did you realise that number 2, the sodium light, and number 5, the LED light, were fake? Was it until I told you? Or was it before then? You've got to understand that there is something majorly wrong. If we're looking at the sun, the moon, and lights, and they all look the same. For me, this proves that there's a sun simulator. And what we've got to remember, that the sun is still in the sky. That's fact. No sun, no life. End of story. We have not got a technology to make a sun. The sun simulator is there to hide the incoming planets. It works like a great big flashlight. Like a big flash on top of a camera, just to hide the shadows. In conjunction with the chemtrails, the lensing system, it all goes hand in hand. There is something coming. But let me show you even more proof. Let's watch the video. And a very warm welcome if you've just joined me on my channel, NiGe's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? I hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. Many strange events going on around the world. November, between the 4th and 6th over in America, they've got a lights out drill. Okay. Nothing's coming, of course it's not. They're just drilling just in case it is. I mean, the sun is on a grand solar minimum, but it's firing off CMEs like it's gone out of fashion, like it's having a disco party. Well, you make your own minds up. The Mississippi's starting to drain, the seas are starting to recede, the earth is ringing like a bell because the number of earthquakes. The sky is not right in any way, shape or form, but Mother Nature is shouting and screaming at us. Are we listening? No, we're not. Well, most of us are not paying attention. That is 100% sure, but of course there's nothing wrong. On my channel I've made many different videos about the sun simulator, and I think I've without doubt proved it, but now I've got even more proof. So when you're looking up at the sun, which I've always said it is a big white bright LED in the sky, I'm now going to prove it. I'm going to prove the light we're looking at in the sky is man-made. Our sun's still behind the sun simulator, don't get me wrong, but the light we're looking at and how bright it is, I'm now going to prove that there is a sun simulator in place without doubt. Well, for me anyway. And let's watch the footage. This is from the 25th of March 2017. Let's have a look at this. I'll talk you through it and then show you what I've actually captured, and I think this is going to totally blow you away. Right, let's have a look at the footage. I'm not going to strip it down, diagnose it. We're just after a few key points. I've already done this, and links in the description box down below if you want to watch that video. It's called Blue Planet Under the Sun, and links for everything I'm going to mention. Let's have a quick look and see what we can see. And I need you to take notice of a few bits and pieces that are going on here. First of all, this object here, which is a reflection of our sun simulator just there. We've got this lens flare here, and we've got this petal effect around the outside. And for the purposes of this video, I'm going to call this our real sun, because I'm a good citizen and I believe what our government tells us. They never lie, do they? I'm just saying they don't. But like I say, you must pay attention to this lens flare, this object, which is our sun, because our sun is white. Of course it is not. Many people have caught this on many different cameras. Many different videos have got this. So it's not my lens in any way. It's just an impossibility. There are too many people that have caught this petal effect around the outside. And this is very important to what I'm going to show you very shortly. Let's go forwards through the video, and you can see that we've got this lens flare here. This is extremely important. You can see that we've got another lens flare here which doubles up with this one here. We've got our blue object down here, which is not a lens flare. It doesn't act in a lens flare, and as you can see, as you move the camera left, the lens flares go right, and when you move the camera right, the lens flares go left, and when you go up, the lens flares go down. Yeah, okay, self-explanatory. So lens flares are individual, they tell a story. Every lens flare will be different. What I mean is, if you've got a different light source, you should be able to see a different lens flare. Let's have a quick look. And as you can see here, this is really important. What I'm trying to say is we've got this object here, which is a white ball. Very important. And then we've got this light here. We can see this is a man-made light, electronic. And you can seem to recognize these lens flares because they've been seen many times before. So we've got this. It looks a little bit different, but if you look at this, it doesn't half look like our SuN simulator. Oh, sorry, I was pretending it was our SuN. So this can't be a SuN simulator because it's a light. And the light that's up in the sky can't be a SuN simulator because it's the sun. Are you with me so far? Okay, yeah. Any rate, you've got these lines which we've seen many times on many different cameras. Yeah, so you can tell that this is a man-made light, which is very important. Let's get back to the video. And as you can see, the lens flares are moving left and right, up, down, as it should do. And just there we can see our blue object underneath the sun. Now, is this part of the projection system? Not rightly too sure. There is a line that goes around the outside, and it's not a lens flare because it doesn't move. But this makes no difference because we're not looking at this object. We're looking at this lens flare here, this lens flare here, this in the center here, and this petal effect around the outside. I did think this was part of the lensing system to obfuscate the planets. Let me show you something very interesting that might make you change your mind about the SuN simulator. Right, let me explain a little bit about what we're looking at in the clip, and this is very important. We're looking at an interior light of a car, and this is out of a Ford Mondeo. All cars have interior lights. When you open the door, the interior light comes on, and you notice it's got a cover on. If we take the cover off, we can have a look. The picture is out of focus, but this makes no difference at all. We've got a festoon bulb in there. You can go to any automotive shop that sells bulbs for cars, and you can buy one of these. These are 12 volt 5 watts. You can see there's a wire that runs through it, and the most important thing is this is an artificial light. This is man-made. Let's have a look at the video clip and see what I found. And now, all of a sudden, what have we got here? We've got a light in the centre, and we know this is the festoon bulb, which is just there. And then when we pull back, guess what we got? We got the petal effect all round the outside. We got that red lens flare, as you can see just there, and we got a line in the centre. But normally when we see this red lens flare, we get a white dot. So the white dot is artificial light. And look at that, we've seen that lens flare before, haven't we? Many times on the cameras have we seen that purple lens flare. And look at the petal effect around the outside. We're talking about an electric 12 volt bulb, which is 5 watts, and it produces exactly the same thing that we're seeing on cameras. The purple lens flare, to me, this is 100% proof that they're using a SuN simulator without any doubt in any way, shape or form. So for me, if I'm looking at a video of our SuN and we've got all these lens flares, and then I'm looking at a video from inside a car from a filament bulb, I wouldn't expect to see exactly the same lens flares. It's just an impossibility. It doesn't work like that unless that object up in the sky is electrical. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, go back to watching TV, reading the newspaper. I'm sure they'll tell you everything you need to know. But hey, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing in our skies. It just can't be. Our governments would tell us, wouldn't they? there's a planet coming, or many planets coming, and it's going to cause devastation and maybe upset one or two of you. I think that might be the reason. Things are not as they seem. Are you paying attention? Much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.